Lesson 2.3, Multiplying by Powers of 10. We're looking for a pattern in products where 10 is a factor. And exponents can be used when you multiply a number by itself. Hopefully you remember exponents from 4th grade and 3rd grade. But just as a quick review, when you have a small number to the right of another number, that's called the exponent. And the number that is being multiplied by itself is the base. So, the base is the number being multiplied. The exponent tells you how many times to use the base as a factor. When you multiply 10 by itself, you get 10 times 10. 10 times 10 is also called the square of 10. You can write 10 times 10 as 10 with an exponent of 2, which is read as 10 squared. Here are the vocabulary words that you'll need for this section of this chapter: exponent, square, base, and cube. We'll learn about cubes next. So, part A, find 23 times 10 squared. 23 times 10 squared is the same as 23 times 10 times 10. Remember, when you're solving, you want to solve things that are in the parentheses together. Okay, so 10 times 10 we know equals 100. So what we do is we have 23 times 10 times 10. On the next line, we simplify it to say 23 times 100 equals 2,300 or 2,300. You can read that number either way. Part B, find 316 times 10 squared. 316 times 10 squared is the same as 316 times 10 times 10. So remember, you solve for what's in the parentheses down here. 316 times 100 equals 31,600. Look for a pattern in products when 10 cubed is a factor, or 10 with an exponent of 3. 10 times 10 times 10 is the cube of 10. You can write 10 times 10 times 10 as 10 with an exponent of 3, which is read as 10 cubed. Find 45 times 10 cubed. 45 times 10 cubed equals 45 times 10 times 10 times 10. So remembering that 10 with an exponent of 3 just means 10 times 10 times 10, or 10, the base times itself 3 times. So 45 times 1,000. The reason why we have 1,000 here is because we solved for what was in the parentheses. 10 times 10 times 10 equals 1,000. So 45 times 1,000 equals 45,000. Therefore, 45 times 10 cubed equals 45,000. Find 605 times 10 cubed. 605 times 10 cubed is the same as 605 times 10 times 10 times 10. So 605 times 1,000 equals 605,000. You're going to go ahead and do the guided learning now. In your textbook on page 65, you can write your answers down on paper. Go ahead and pause the video, and when you're done writing your answers down and checking your answers, you can start the video again. Let's say Mr. Wong wants to tile the front entryway to his home. The entryway is 36 square feet, and each square foot of that tile that he chooses is 10 tiles by 10 tiles. He's got tiny little tiles going on in that front hall. So, how many tiles does he need to buy? If each square foot has 10 tiles by 10 tiles and he wants to do 36 square feet. So the area of the entryway is 36 square feet. The number of tiles in each square foot, we can simplify that by using an exponent and writing 10 to the second power, or 10 squared. So the total number of tiles needed is 36 times 10 squared. We can think of that this way: 36 times 10 times 10. Now we know that 10 times 10 is 100, so 36 times 100 equals 3,600. Mr. Wong needs to buy 3,600 tiles. That's a lot of tiles. Now we'll do one more example. If there are 10 cubed grams in a kilogram. How many grams are there in 15 kilograms? So if the number of grams is 15 times 10 cubed, or 10 with an exponent of 3, we know that that's 15 times 10 times 10 times 10. We also know that 10 times 10 times 10 equals 1,000. So 15 times 1,000 will give us our answer, 15,000 grams. There are 15,000 grams in 15 kilograms. You're going to go ahead and do a few more guided learning problems. You'll find these on pages 62 and 63 of your textbook. Solve the problems, then use your answer key to check them, and then start the video again. You can go ahead and pause your video right now to do your problems. Now that you've had some time answering your questions and checking your answers, you're going to go ahead and do the Let's Practice. Now, when you're done with your Let's Practice, I will grade that and I will get back to you to let you know if you can move on and do your workbook pages independently, or if I'm going to call you into a small group so we can do some face-to-face instruction. So your Let's Practice problems must be done digitally, and I've put the link on the playlist.